Hello, and welcome to Snax, the bite-sized tips for educators. Every month, we will be hosting a podcast or webinar discussing certain topics that are on educators' minds right now. This month, there has been a huge discussion about educators like you coming back to the classroom right after holiday break. Maybe the holidays weren't as relaxing as you anticipated they would be, or you ended up working the majority of the break. The months of January and February are known to be some of the craziest months for a life of an educator. The discussion among staff in schools getting through these months of January and February lead into the getting ready to run to the end of the school year, right? We reached out to an educator, Sonya Cook, in Thorne Bay, Alaska, who gives us some insight about what she does to get through these challenges during these difficult times.
My name is Sonya Cook, and I'm currently working with a vivacious group of 3rd through 5th graders at Thorne Bay School with Southeast Island School District in beautiful but wet Southeast Alaska. Throughout my 18 years of teaching, I think one of the biggest highlights is when you see kids that really can drop their fear of failure and focus on what they're learning and find joy in what they're learning instead of being worried about what grade they're getting. It takes a lot of hard work to do this. You have to build a classroom culture where kids feel safe to take risks. But once they feel safe to take risks, to make themselves vulnerable, and that they see that learning is really asking questions, taking risks, falling down, making connections, reevaluating, trying again, there's nothing that can stop them. Developing that growth mindset is huge to student success. And once they are able to do that, once they get that growth mindset, the sky is the limit. I think that one of the biggest challenges for me coming back from a break is getting students to actively engage, especially during semi-structured or structured learning time, especially in our post-COVID environment where they've gotten used to less structured learning experiences. Incorporating brain breaks into my daily routine has been huge for me in helping students to refocus themselves and stay engaged in learning. One of my current favorites is something that was actually introduced to me last summer in Missoula at the Educators Confluence with Brightways. And it's a would you rather exercise game where they give you two choices. Do you like vanilla ice cream or chocolate ice cream? And then depending on your choice, you get a different exercise to do for a certain amount of time, and the kids love it. Another thing I like to do is Steve Wyborney's SD Mysteries, which really get kids thinking about math, but they don't realize that they're really thinking about math. They're having fun solving this mystery. And also Steve Wyborney's Splat activities are great for me. I have one student I think about in particular, since we've come back from break, getting him to engage. I just started doing the SD Mysteries from Steve Wyborney with my students. And before break, this particular student only wanted computer time. That was the only thing that interested him. And if he had the carrot of computer time hanging over his head, he would do almost anything, but he had to have that carrot. And since we started the SD Mysteries, he's been requesting for the SD Mysteries. And when we're working on them, he is 100% engaged in what we're doing. And that's been a great thing to see.
The ability to facilitate students in overcoming their fears so that they feel safe to take risks is a difficult task. Whether you know it or not, you are making a difference. An educator made a difference in my life, and I'm sure an educator has made a difference in your life as well. Thank you for joining us on this bite-sized educational adventure. If you are interested in learning more about tips to overcome stress and burnout as an educator, register for our Educators Confluence here at the Doubletree Missoula in Montana, June 14th to the 15th. If you register early, you get $50 off the registration cost. See you next month for more bite-sized tips for educators.
No!